Okay, so it looks like it's going to work. Let me show you what I did. Hey all, welcome to TNT Homestay. This is Terry. All right, so it's the next day. Actually, it's 2 days. Yesterday, it was rain all day, and I had a horrible day of work. So I got off work, we ended up eating, and then I did come out late and worked on the tall crossbeam. I did get that turned around. I actually had a problem as I was trying to take it out. I messed up the threads, and when I went to put the nut back on, it just got on there. I couldn't get it off. I couldn't get it on. It just was barely on there. So I had to take the hacksaw and cut the end of that off. But it was a nice clean cut and was able to put the new nut on without a problem. So I now turn my attention to this last pole. I'm going to move the ladder over there and figure out how far down from the top I need to make that, and mark it, cut it, drill a hole, and put the crossbeam up, and then I can start working on the rest of the frames. I am planning, if things go well and I have enough daylight, to start on this bottom frame. It's easier to reach, and figured I'd just start here. The solar panels were supposed to be here yesterday, and then supposed to be today. Yesterday when I talked, they said, well, maybe Thursday, and I called and talked to them today, and it looks like it's probably going to be Friday. So I won't have the panels until this weekend. So I do have today and tomorrow to maybe finish up these frames. I'd love to get the frames built, so when Saturday gets here and I hopefully have my solar panels, I can start adding solar panels to the system. And worst case scenario, I should be able, if nothing else, to at least double what we've got by having this bottom frame taken care of. That's my plan. See how the evening goes. I've got someone supposed to be coming by here in a minute. One of my friends is swinging by, so bring some insulation left over from a project they were doing, and offered it to me, and I would love to have it since I need insulation. Okay, I leveled that, put a mark, and now I'll level across the top so I know where the top's at. This block has a mark halfway in the middle, so I was able to find my middle mark, and then I can mark where the hole's going to go. Just have to mark all 4 sides of the pole so I know where I need to cut. All right, next thing is just to put the bolt through the 2x4 and screw it on there, but my company's here, so I'll get back to that in a little bit. All right, and it's done. Went in great. I just hammered in that bolt from the back side and came around to this side and hammered the cross beam across, put the washer and the nut on, tightened it up, and it is good to go. It's level across, all the way across. And so my next plan is to work on these. I'm gonna go get two of my, actually I've got one. I'm gonna go get another 2x4, 10-foot 2x4 and my big long screws, and change to the screwdriver and start setting this panel up, or this stand up for the panels. Pretty excited so far. It's going well now. I'm going to do this one slightly different than I normally would, because I want to try to see if I can come up with a better idea of doing that one that is so far, those two that's off the ground quite a bit. So okay, so it looks like it's going to work. Let me show you what I did. On this side, I put the 2x4x10 up here, put in the bottom screw, as you can see over there on that one. Left it down at an angle. That way it doesn't change the, it doesn't tilt the 2x4 crossbeam. Then I moved the ladder to this side and screwed in both of them. I lined up both of them on that side and screwed them both in. So what I'm getting ready to do here is the same thing. I'm going to move the ladder over here. Ooh, rock. I'm going to move the ladder over here, pick up that end and put both of them on that 2x4. Screw them both in, and then I can come back over to this side. I might, possibly, I don't think I will, but there's a chance I'll have to change the location of that bottom screw. If I do, I can, because I'm up there holding it, but if not, I just have to screw in the top screw. And it'll be ready for cross beams in the center, just like I have on that side. Do have to adjust this one about an inch, half an inch even. The other side only needs to be adjusted about 1/4 of an inch. And there you have it. Two more of those to do, but I'm going to try to finish this one up first. So let me go get a drink and then figure out what I'm doing next. All right, so I decided to go ahead and do the cross beams. What I did, and I will do on the next ones before I hang them up, is on the 2x4x10 feet, I came out 40 inches and a quarter, 40 1/4 inches from the end on both sides. That gives me about the same, around 40-ish inches or so there between these two sets of screws. I also put a mark right here where I can see it from the inside on both sides there, top and bottom. You just can't see the ones in the top. So what I'm going to do now is level this back off, move the ladder over here, and I'm going to attempt, if my arms are long enough, to clamp the 2x4 on both sides. That way I can then move the ladder and screw them in. And again, I can easily here tilt this down if I've got it clamped on one side. It's just going to be a little more difficult. So I'm going to try to go ahead and clamp those. That worked well. Now all I'll do is bend this down so I can screw that in. I could probably leave it flat and just climb further up on the ladder. But on this side anyway, I can just do it on the ground. I'm running out of daylight, so we're gonna see what I can get done. But I think I may be able to finish this stand. And that's it. Next thing to do is get the 2x10s and put them on the middle, and then I'm going to scoot them out on both directions a little bit at a time because I don't want it to tilt as I'm doing this. I probably could go ahead and put a screw on the end to keep it from tilting, and I may go ahead and do that when I'm working on the tall ones, but on these I'm just going to try it this way. That's what I remember doing on this one. Six more. I'm going to guess this isn't 100% perfect. They weren't exactly tied either. All right, there you have it. It's made identical to that one, just a year and a half later. Actually, it's not identical. My cross beams in the middle were 42 inches, and these are 40 1/4. It just puts them closer together because they weren't three same size squares, so this one is. So that one is done. It's ready for solar panels. These two need the exact same thing I just did to this one, done to them. But daylight is over, so is my project for the day. So I'm gonna pick up all my tools and call tonight. I believe we're having fish on the Blackstone tonight, so looking forward to that. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Hopefully you learned something. Maybe you saw something I did you liked. Maybe you saw something I did that was really stupid, and that is a distinct possibility. Anyway, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.